Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? At work. She worked there also. I was having lunch with my dad at my work and she comes up to me and slides me her number on a piece of paper and says call me. My dad just looked at me with proud eyes like I had just won the lottery. I did. That was 17 years ago. We have been married 11 years. She asked about the USB hanging around my neck and I explained how I like to keep my PRN collection with me at all times. All 20. 2 GB of it. Edit. 2 GB? Those are rookie numbers. I'm definitely a hardcore introvert. At least if you believe Myers-Briggs tests. But I'm not shy. Don't have anxiety or anything like that. Still, I always had confidence issues. And could never manage a cold open with a girl. Even with friends of friends that I liked. I found creative ways to FCK things up and make them horrifically awkward. Met my wife on eHarmony. Dated for 4 years. Married for almost 5 now. Just had our first kid. After talking online. We met at a bar. And just hit it off. Funny thing is. She's way different than me. Much more extroverted. I've rubbed off on her a little. And she's rubbed off on me a little. For me. My problem was always that I couldn't tell if a girl was interested. And I could never tell when I was crossing the line from flirting to being creepy. And I was never looking for anything casual. I wanted a relationship. By meeting a girl online. I knew she was interested. And looking for the same thing as me. So I didn't get all in my own head about it. And I was free to just be myself. Did fine after that. At a bar. She came up to me. Step 1. Be attractive. Got very drunk and lost my inhibitions. I keep trying that but it never works because I just drink alone in my room. I was living in a duplex with some friends. One day I decided to take one of my roommate's dog for a walk. Which I never usually did. Shortly after leaving the house I was stopped by a girl who asked, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" I had never seen her before. But it was enough to start the small talk. She helped me walk the dog around the block and we were basically inseparable from that point on. What my introvert self failed to notice at the time. She had been stalking me for weeks. Trying to get me to notice her. Walking her own dog past my house. Riding her bike next to my car. Waiting for me to get home from work when I would unknowingly street park in front of her house where she would be doing yard work. She succeeded by catching me walking that dog which, remember, I never ever did. It was fate I guess. 6 months after meeting her I moved out of the duplex and 5 houses down the street. Lol. Married 16 years now. Online dating. Cut out all the crap and filter selectively. I've only sent messages to a handful of women. Only chatted with 3. Only gone on dates with 1. We've been together for 8 years now. Married for 3. Edit. Whoa. A lot more replies than I anticipated. I should probably add a disclaimer. Results not typical and may or may not be reproducible. Your success rate may vary. Typical message range varies from 1 to 1 million. Typical date range varies from 1 to 1 million. Before entering the online dating world, consult your doctor, therapist, bartender and lawyer. Side effects may or may not include loneliness, happiness, desperation, good conversation, sad masturbation, bankruptcy, lots of sex and lots of awkward silences. Proceed with caution and at your own risk. Best of luck. And may red odds be forever in your favor. Probably will be buried. But hey. I think it's cute. We're both introverts. And as a result. It took a little while for us to actually become romantically involved, a little while being 7 years. She and I met when we were both 11. When we were put together to compete in a music competition as a duet, we're both cellists. I had a little 11-year-old crush on her straight away. And she had the same thing for me. Neither of us ever told the other about our feelings for years. Instead talking to our friends about it and then getting into other relationships and forgetting about each other for a while. Eventually, after I broke up with my girlfriend of 3 years, I asked my now so if she wanted to catch up and play some music together. We saw each other for a few weeks in a row. And then, after 7 years of on and off feelings for each other, we became a thing. And I am happier than I've ever been. Edit. What's a girlfriend? Met a girl in high school. Apparently she had a crush on me. She started talking to me one day out of the blue. 14 years and 2 kids later and I'm still waiting for her to stop. Literally met her on our Philastabander's Minecraft server. Went on a night out in Chester. Was originally not gonna go because I'm not a fan of drinking, but my best friend managed to convince me to go out. There were 6 of us, 2 couples, me and another girl. I'm really shy and find it difficult to talk to girls, so for the first few hours I didn't say a word to her. Then we moved to the next bar over. After about an hour in this bar, my best friend's girlfriend ran up the stairs and whispered something into his ear. He comes up to me and his exact words, "Listen, Mike. All you have to do is talk to her. I'm not asking you to do rocket science, just f***ing talk to her." So I did, and it started as small like "How are you, where do you work?" and it ended with me losing my virginity that night. Still together after 2 months. I didn't. I'm alone. Send help. At a Japanese rope bondage workshop. She needed someone to tie. I was looking for someone to tie me. Still tied. That's why. So and I are both introverts. We met on Bebo in 2008. 10/10 would recommend meeting people on Bebo in 2008. 0/10 would not recommend meeting people on Bebo in 2017. Put yourself around extroverts, one of them will adopt you sooner or later. The thing with introverts is, it's difficult to keep a conversation going. Until, that is, you find this one subject they are most passionate about. It's not long ago I shared how I met my husband. He's the introvert. He kept coming into the bar I worked. And I kept asking him questions trying to get a conversation going. But I kept hitting a wall. It didn't stop me from trying though. It confuses me to think back on. Because I was also very annoyed with him. But anyway. After asking about so many things, I finally on day 4 asked him about books. And the boy never shut his mouth thereafter. So to all introverts out there, asking questions is difficult. But you're all passionate about something. Whatever it is. Lead the conversation towards that one subject that you feel confident talking about. Then all the rest will come more easily. I can't believe my husband didn't ask, "So do you read any books? Who's your favorite author?" When he's so passionate about them. For 4 days all we did was me. Question. Him. Answer. Me. Dot. Me. Question. I saw a cute girl in a house party and asked her if she had been to the chocolate shop. Going through the comments, here's what I've gathered. -1. Get drunk. -2. Be lucky enough to have someone approach you. -3. Online dating. -4. Jump straight to step 4. At work. She's very persistent. And finally convinced me to go see a movie together. It's a good place for introverts. Really. It's dark. You can only see yourself and the person sitting next to you. Accidental popcorn grab, hand touch here and there. Accidental? My husband is an introvert. I liked him all through high school. We were friends for 13 years. Finally, one day, I looked at him and said, "How come we've never dated? We should date." He said okay. Got married in 2015. Had our baby in 2016. I kidnapped her father and then his daughter, and she fell in love with me through Stockholm Syndrome. Anyways, we kissed and she broke the curse that stupid witch placed on me. In a drama class in senior year, Never talked much till after graduation, then I saw her at Comic Con and spent the day with her. Ended up kissing before we left, and 4 years later we're getting married in 5 months. I went out and was extroverted for a bit. Mutual friend made her add me on FB. She sent me the message. Too many cooks and nothing else. We talked for a week. Met. Kissed. Met her parents 2 days later. 2.5 years later we're moving in with each other. Takes a lot to make a stew. Female introvert here who met my boyfriend on World of Warcraft. I never went on there looking for anybody. I just wanted to play. But it happened and I'm glad we met each other. He moved to my country. Found a job and I moved in with him. He's actually way more extroverted than I am. He's usually off at some party every other weekend, while I'd rather stay home. We no longer play WoW though. Haha. Mostly Overwatch these days. Math class in my senior year of high school. I asked her for help because I thought she knew what she was doing. She didn't, but helped me anyway because she thought I was cute. I found out she was cool when she asked me if I wanted to see something gross and showed me a picture of a pink sock. She also lovingly called our math teacher a cum dumpster. We're still together after over 2 years. Math? I would have thought you had. We met in a science fiction class at college. And we absolutely hated each other. She thought I was an idiot and I thought she was a know-it-all bitch. We argued. We squabbled. We one-upped. We are both super nerds. So it was a seemingly endless battle of esoteric knowledge about science fiction literature. At some point we got to arguing about Atlas Shrugged. I made several trenchant remarks about its lack of literary value. And she aggressively defended it. One thing led to another. And before I knew it we were watching The Empire Strikes Back and dating. We're engaged now. She still thinks I'm an idiot. I still think she's a bitch. But we don't hate each other anymore. Eater. I proposed next to the Intrepid in Nick by the Star Trek exhibit with an Enterprise ring in a box that had a picture of Picard saying engage. I really hope this thread takes off because I could definitely use advice on this. Be free. Be firm. Be fine. Be fair. Be loved. And learn to love your share. Be brave. Be bold. Be tough. Be true. But if you're shitty, then don't be you.